Okay, so today I will be analysing the short story The Furnished Room by O. Henry. So first of all, let's talk about the background and historical context. It was set around 1904 America. This was a time of great social change. Cities were becoming more busy. The theatre world was becoming more populated. People were becoming more self-interested and money-orientated as well. And this is something that we see in the housekeepers of the story. So yes, society was becoming more materialistic and self-interested. The deeper meaning. So people who put their own financial needs above others are the ones that survive. It is those who cheat and lie who become successful in the cruel modern world. So people like Eloise, the man's love, they are easily taken advantage of by these people who put their own needs above the ones of others. And that is the hard truth that is made clear to us at the end of the short story when the two landladies discuss Eloise's death. And we find out that Mrs. Purdy lied to the young man, and she did that because she was thinking about her own needs. She was thinking about the reputation of her business and what would make her the most money. So that just shows the cruelty of the modern world. Themes. So we have the theme of obsession. The intensity and vigor in which the man has been searching for his love suggests a level of obsession in his actions. So he's previously visited 11 other locations, and the house in which the furnished room is in is the 12th one, is the 12th location that he stops at. He has been searching for her for a very long period of time. I think it was around 5 months. And the fact that he's been searching for a long time is also made clear at the beginning of the story when it says that he wiped the dust from his hatband and forehead. So yeah, as I said, he has been searching for her for 5 months. And then this obsession is also clear in his frantic questioning, almost interrogation of the housekeeper as he keeps asking her the same questions about the former tenants and who has previously visited the location in the hopes of finding answers about where Eloise might be. And then we have the theme of hopelessness. So we see a turn in the man who, after frantically questioning the housekeeper, creeps back to his room completely hopeless. It finally dawns on him that his love is lost and he will never find her. Without love, there is nothing to live for, and there is no hope for the future. This is what ultimately leads the man to kill himself. And then we have the next theme, which is the cruelty of the modern world. So New York was a place where people were always on the move, and many people lived a life of transience. Lots of people aimed high, but weren't successful, and there was a large number of people who were taken advantage of by others. This is what is likely to have happened to Eloise, the man's love. The landladies are ruthless. They put their financial needs above others, and this is what has allowed them to succeed in the world. Style of writing. So we have the use of irony, as we, the readers, know that Eloise killed herself in the same room as the man did, but the man never found out, and this adds a bitter twist to the ending and also highlights the cruelty of the landladies. Descriptions of the room and house. So the house is personified and is made to seem like another character in the story. It seems to know something that we don't, and it is one of the reasons as to why the man is driven towards insanity. It is full of decay and rot, and it also seems to be haunted by its former occupants, which also seem to be driven away by insanity. The symbolism of the flower. So a strong, distinctive smell of mignonette is given out towards the middle of the short story, and this suggests that the room is haunted by Eloise. The flower symbol presents her as beautiful and sweet, and this is in stark contrast to the description of the house and the room. Yeah. Characters. So we have the young man. He is consumed by his obsession to find Eloise, and as we see, he's been searching for her for 5 months, and he hasn't stopped once. He kills himself the same way that Eloise did. And this shows us that in this kind of society, love is the only thing worth living for, and once it is gone, there is no point in living any longer. He could be any young man experiencing the same thing. That is why he is not given a name, so he is universalized. He could be anyone. This is just the way society treats people. And this serves to show how easy it can be to lose your way within this kind of society, this cruel modern world. Mrs. Purdy. So she is the landlady from whom the young man rents the room. She does not tell him that Eloise had rented his room and killed herself there, as she does not want to lose any customers or risk the damage to her business's reputation. So again, that just shows her ruthlessness, and that ruthlessness is what is needed to survive in this kind of society. So we see how she puts her financial needs above the needs of the man. Mrs. McCool. Her name hints at her character. It shows that she is someone who cares little for others. She shares the same views as Mrs. Purdy on how to conduct business, and she seems to approve of Mrs. Purdy's lying. So, through her conversation with Mrs. Purdy, we find out about what happened to Eloise. So this makes her an important role in the plot development. Eloise. Well, before I talk about Eloise, what I should probably mention is how it could be said that since Mrs. Purdy and Mrs. McCool were both females, O. Henry may have had a negative view on women as business leaders, as he presents them as being ruthless and cruel. So that could be something you want to mention in the essay. And now moving on to Eloise. So she is presented as a victim throughout the entirety of the short story. She killed herself due to the cruel nature of the theatre world. And she's described as being beautiful, but with a mark near her left eye. So what this mark does is it distinguishes her, making it impossible for her identity to be mistaken, and therefore it makes Mrs. Purdy's lie all the more cruel and ruthless, because there is no way that she could have mistaken Eloise for being anyone else. What the mark also does is it could indicate how, because she had a physical flaw, she was rejected by the theatre world, and so that mark may have ultimately been the reason for her rejection from society and ultimately her death. And this is something which is also seen at the end of the short story, when the landlady says that she would have been called beautiful except for that dark spot she had growing by her left eye. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching.